So one of the really cool features of the iDVM510 is the fact that, again, we can make remote measurements. And there's times you want to do it. Now, on this particular furnace here, this isn't a sealed combustion furnace, but in fact, it's an old Lennox Pulse. I haven't seen one in quite a few years. But there are times when you want to make a reading with a panel on. This can either be for safety, like if you're energizing a 480 volt panel and you want to be out of harm's way or have the panel closed while you're energizing the panel, or simple as a sealed combustion furnace wanting to see if we're having intermittent problems with maybe losing power to the gas valve while it's in operation. So the strap on here, you know, we can clip it over. It's designed to hang over the top of something. You could hang it like this, but you can see it might want to slide down. Ideally, you're going to slap it over the top here, and then that it's pretty locked on there. It's not going to pull off. That's the way that was engineered and intended to be used. And then I went ahead and I clipped my leads here across the gas valve. Now the other thing that sometimes people run into problems with is they don't realize that this is an auto-ranging meter. Auto-ranging meters are great when you don't know what to expect, when you're, don't know what the voltage is going to be, 10 millivolts or 10 volts. But sometimes it can slow down the process of the meter capturing things because it's scrolling through trying to figure out what the range is instead of just going right to what the range you want it is. So in this case here, I'm going to go ahead and turn my app back on here for just a second. And you can see my meter's disconnected, so I'm just going to tap this blue icon at the bottom here, and it's connected to my phone. You can see it's reading millivolts here, and it's looking for 600 millivolts AC. And I'm going to press the range key on the meter, and you'll see as I press the range key, what happens is it changes the rating. So now I'm at 6 volts AC. I tap it again, and I'm at 60 volts, and this is again a 6,000 count meter, so everything's in sixes. Tap it again. I'm going to go to 600, tap it again, I'll go to 1000, and you can see it's reading 1 volt here. So I can hit the relative key and tell it it's 0, and it'll hold 0 there. That's what the relative key is for, is to 0 it. I'm going to go ahead and hit range again, and I'm going to take it back to the 24 volt reading. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the panel on here, just like we're doing something where we can't see. You can see now when I flip this on here and my furnace starts, we'll let this go through a call for heat here. We'll be able to see exactly when the furnace energizes and when we have that 24 volts to the gas valve. Okay, so you can see immediately when the gas valve energized, it went up to 25.7 volts like that. We're holding that voltage right there, and it came up on the scale. And we can see that if we wanted to switch this maybe to an analog type display, just to show you that, we can slide over. You can see we're at a 25 volt display. Again, because we selected the scale, this is 0 to 60 volts. Half that scale, we're right there about 25 volts right there. Half would be exactly 30 in the center here, but we're at 25.79 volts. So very easy if you want to look at that different ways, you can do that. This is a min-max mean. We're up to 389 counts, and then back to a secondary display. Now what's really cool here is if there was any kind of a little glitch in power, I'm just going to create one here and just do a quick on and off of the switch. You can see right away, as soon as we did that, it killed power to the valve. We saw it drop off. The meter responds almost instantaneously. You can see also it recorded the max reading here on the top. There's a little red tick next to that, showing you that it was at about 20. In fact, it shows you right at the top, it was at 25.84 volts at the maximum range. And you can see right now it's at 0.